The Lagos State Command of the Nigeria Police Force is deploying about 5,000 officers in strategic points all over the metropolis as a means of beefing up security ahead of Christmas and New Year festivities. The State Commissioner of Police, Olondare Jimoh, told journalists the deployments were being done for crime prevention and traffic control across the state. The same movement of men and equipment is also being replicated in all the urban centers across Nigeria. Now, for what steps that are necessary to make people, especially travelers, safe, we're now being joined on Newsday by Lawrence Alobi, a former commissioner of police in charge of the Abuja, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory. Good afternoon and many thanks for joining us on Newsday.
Good afternoon and company of the season.
We wish you the same. Thank you so much. Now, of course, we know the state of security or insecurity in the country, people opting for road transportation, for instance, during this festive season. Besides what we're seeing on ground in Lagos and interstates, what else would you think would be able to boost people's confidence that they're safe in carrying out their regular activities during this period?
Yeah, security is key in every human life. That's why in our Constitution, Section 14 provides that security and the welfare of the citizens is the prime purpose of government. And every citizen, even the ant, is secure, conscious of his security. So that security is very, very important. Therefore, we in Nigerians, security agents and the government should also very conscious of the importance of security, particularly this festive period. We know that this festive period is going to be a lot of movement, like of people moving by road, by air, and so forth. A lot of marketing and business activities going. And people want to show that they have arrived, they've made it before this new year. They want to make it, they've showed to their community that they have made it, they've achieved. But then, without security, nothing works. Security is a driver of political economy, stability, and good governance of a nation. So therefore, the police and non-security agencies, the police in particular, which I know, which I served for 35 years, during such sensitive periods, so the CP of Lagos State has done just what it ought to do, proactively. Done the right thing, he's thinking ahead, planning ahead, and walking ahead, proactively. You see, patrols, the presence of the police is not only preventing of crime, it also helps to detect crime, maintain law and order. And when the people see security policemen, police securities all over, it builds confidence. It's also crime prevention, because the criminal can only go to a very soft spot when you know that, there'll be no resistance on them. So security operation is very, very important. And the police, which I know, during my time in the force, the IG will suspend all leave. All leave will be suspended. Even the men in the offices will be trimmed down to ensure the presence of police patrols in all the nooks and crannies of the country. And this, I'm sure the IG must have taken it directed in that line. And I'm sure all the commands are going to emulate what CP Joma has done in Lagos State. So right now, I also recommend that not only in the city itself, the highway should be protected. When people are going to travel by road, they should introduce crisscross patrol. Crisscross patrol, what I introduced when I was CP Abuja, along Kogi, Abuja, and Abuja Airport to the city. So that each time there's patrol on the road. Because the criminals themselves, they're also watching. They observe, they keep surveillance of the police and security and see when is it free for him to strike. So when we have that crisscross patrol, the criminals, they will not have their way. And that will be good for the citizens, and that will create confidence in the citizens. The citizens will feel protected. And when they feel protected, it will endear them to the police and the security agencies. I also recommend that this period, all security agencies should have a joint operation room where they can collectively share intelligence, collaborate together, plan together, and execute together. Have joint patrols. Because they are all serving the same government, the same country, and the same objective with security and safety of the country. The issue of rivalry, the issue of the best should not arrive at all. Well, the security agencies are like fingers of one hand. When the finger in hand wants to carry any object, no finger will resist or will not carry. So they all come out willingly Let them subordinate their ego, come out willingly and work together for the purpose of achieving the ultimate objective for which they are all assigned to do. That's security of the nation. They should work together, share intelligence. When I was CPA for the operations, I established a joint operation room in the force headquarters with the DSS, the military, the police. We're all there. We share intelligence, and whenever anything happens, we share immediately and action is taken. So I want to recommend this to that it should also be done. Like I said, we're all serving one country. And we have the police and security agencies, they have one common objective, one common goal, the security of this country. And so therefore, they should not think like rivalry or think that, oh, I want to be the best. No agency can do it alone. And again, but we should also recognize that internal security, Nigerian police force is a lead agency. So other agencies, when they go to work with the police, they should not want to lord it over the police. Because the police commission, like section 2207, the constitution says that the military is there to come in aid. They come to aid and assist. So the police will know where they will know where they need the assistance of the military, the other agencies, to also work together as fingers of one hand, team spirit, collaboration and cooperation for the good of the nation. If this is done, I'm sure the country will be safe and secure for all of us during the first period. And again, the citizens themselves, in criminology, this is what they call victim perpetrated crime. You don't expose yourself to criminality. Don't come and proud begin to show that you are too rich, you have too much money. It will attract criminality to yourself. Live a moderate life, sense of contentment, moderation, and live a life that will not show that you want to flock with your money here and there and so forth. Because maybe that you'll be exposing yourself to the criminal. So we also should learn to be security conscious, to not do those that will expose us or to criminals or make ourselves very vulnerable to criminals. So we should also do those things that will prevent crime from being committed on us as citizens, either on the road and anywhere we are. And the police should also ensure that there are men who are on ground eschew corrupt practices. Don't begin to ask for, or God, wait to pray for me.
Mr. Alobi, I was just going to ask you, what can be done to ensure that security deployment, the patrols that you talked about, the stop and search points, do not slow down traffic or create bottlenecks without actually improving safety, but instead they are exploiting commuters. What measures can be put in place to safeguard against that?
Yeah, you see, one thing that is common in security operations is discretion. When you're on operation, you have your discretion. You assess situations, you observe, and you cannot just, there's no way you can check all the vehicles. But with sense of training as a police officer, I can see you and I'll be able to know whether you have something incriminating. And when they see your firmness, your dexterity, your assertiveness, that you are firm, you're not there just to ask for treatments and so forth. You do selective, so you don't wait to put people so the queue don't be too long. You cause delay on the road. The change should flow. That's why I talk about crisscross patrol. Why the police are patrolling, also they are patrolling, the movement. The movement is smooth. But when you just have only one checkpoint, checkpoint may not be too, because checkpoint may not be, because sometimes if the criminals study you, they know that this is their checkpoint. They work that way, they will circumvent, they plan out that way to commit crime. Crisscross patrol is what I use. I use it that they are at every point in time, there's a patrol team on the road. The road is patrolled and secured. Mm-hmm. But sometimes checkpoint, the criminal will come and study you, they divert to other points and commit their crime. And then the community themselves too, knowing that the community, like in the villages today, we have criminality in terms of banditry and so forth, the community themselves should mobilize and work with the security agencies. Let them say no to any crime in our community. When they rise up to say no, and when they say no, they stand by that, and they don't stand out. And the police will also assist them. The military groups should assist the community. They work together, engage community engagement because the citizens are the prime beneficiary of a safe and secure environment. If you say the environment is secure, the citizens benefit. So it is very incumbent on the citizens to cooperate and assist and support the security agencies in maintaining law and order, ensure their communities are safe, and that is why the chief, everybody should make sure that the plan, youth should be used for this purpose. You should, and I know the community should also make a declaration that on this period, we don't hear any crime in our community. They do this, at least I'm sure there'll be sanity in the community.
Well said, Mr. Alobi. Now, of course, you've touched on how we need to see security beefed up around the states, and also touched on discretion when stopping vehicles to check the occupants. But what about churches, places of worship, public gatherings? Are we doing enough to ensure that we don't see any incident occur in such places of worship, considering that, of course, we know people will be going to church at this time of year?
Yeah, considering what has been happening in recent time when the churches have been attacked, the Commissioner of Police, of course, should be conscious of that fact. You have some areas that are, this is now crime-prone areas. These are areas of crime where have been committed over time, recent time. They should also plan operation in each period, this period, the IG, through the DIG operations, what they call operation order, and each command must have operation order. All this where tasks have been assigned, such areas have been identified in the operation order, and people have been assigned to take care of those situations. Such situations, they can distribute patrol vehicles. They have been stationed around some location where they can at least have a clear view of the station of the churches, know what is happening there. Because when the criminals come and see the police presence, it will as a deterrent. It's preventive. So I think this is a time when, like I said, for the police and our security agencies should also emulate that. Leave is suspended. Everybody, office personnel are being streamed down. You have skeletal offices, personnel in the office. Everybody on the road and in the city and the community to ensure that the city and community are safe, including the churches are also protected. The church themselves should also see what they can do. They can also organize, at least what they call in terms of vigilante, for instance. The church can also do that. They have assault security on their own. Because there's no way they can have policemen in every nook and cranny of the country. So we should also be creative ourselves as citizens. That's why the government has approved vigilante. And vigilante should also be regulated by the police. Like the churches, they have vigilante. They have vigilante who will now be observing, who will be answering for giving information. So this is all. It's a collaborative effort between the churches themselves and mosques should make effort and see how can they also help themselves. Like it is said, heaven help those who help themselves.
You have spoken well, Mr. Lawrence Alobi, former FCT Commissioner of Police. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.